trucks. I got a truck in front of me. I got a truck behind me. Why do I go this way? I just don't know. I just don't know.
This is the way.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Chopperfett channel. My name is Brett. We make the motorcycle videos and motorcycle vlogs here on YouTube. Today, I am going to go over the 5 things I love about the Z900RS. Yes, I know a few weeks ago I posted a video about the 5 annoyances, and I got a lot of flack about that video.
My review of your flight performance in the test was right on in my professional opinion.
I can't hear you!
1, because my audio sucked, and then 2, it's just, it seemed, I guess, like I was complaining, and that was not the intent of that film. The intent of that film was to let everyone know that it took me a lot of hard work to find annoyances with the bike, and they were all, I felt, fairly comical. So yes, while I say they were annoyances and I hated them, it's not the end of the world. So today, let's do the opposite. Let's do the 5 things that I love about this. And I do apologize. Just like that video, I'm starting this video into the wind. So we'll actually start here in a second. Alright, so the first thing that I love about it and what drew me to this bike initially is the look. You're crazy if you think this is an ugly looking bike. Oh, okay, maybe you're not crazy.
Wait, what? Crazy? You didn't say I was crazy. You think I'm crazy?
But from everyone that I have ever spoken to about the bike, they all love the styling cues of it. This is one of the retro sports that look like an actual retro. So like the Yamahas and the Hondas, they have what they call their retro sports. But to me, they don't have the same appeal. They're lacking a certain flair to their retro sports. And this one really, I feel like, captures it. The paint schemes for the Z900RS, I think, are what kind of set it apart, because 2018 through 2022 now, they've had multiple paint schemes. This one lasted for 2 years, and then I think the green and yellow lasted for 2 years, and now they're on to like a navy and gold. And if you were to go back and look at the Z900 back in the 70s, those were the same paint schemes that kind of went along with the time. So it's actually kind of cool to see something retro and old onto a new platform. And it's just, the styling is just beautiful. Now, there are some things that I would change, or I would, like to have seen different. So like the original has like the dual rear shock, which would have been nice to have that look, but modern technology says this monoshock is the best way for handling purposes and things of that nature. So I'm not going to knock it because of things like that. This one just has a 4-into-1 pipe, whereas the original had a 4-into-4. So there's some styling cues that they left out, but all those things are, again, minuscule, kind of like the annoyances video. To go along further with the aesthetics of this bike gets so many more compliments.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
Than any of the others in the garage. Now, the Triumph is probably 2nd place, and the Dyna is 3rd. The problem with the Dyna, and don't hate me, Harley, but everyone sees Harley Davidson. They know what Harley Davidson looks like. My Harley Davidson Dyna, even with all the stuff that I've done to it, looks like just any other Harley Davidson Dyna. It's not special looking. They're too common, I guess you could say, would be the right phrasing for it. So, c'est la vie, it's kind of cool. I was filling up with gas this morning, and, a guy come out, he saw the bike all jazzed up with all the gear for motovlogging, and he sparked up a conversation saying, he had one of the originals back in the 70s, and it was the kind of green and yellow paint scheme is the one that he said he had. So I just thought that was kind of cool. And he's not the first one who's done it. I think in the 6 months or so that I've owned the bike, 5 months, I've gotten 5 or 6 compliments. And the whole time I've had the Dyna, 1 I had one guy who said my bike was cool, and he actually talked to me about it. Everyone else just thinks it's another bike. I had a couple people say that the Triumph was cool because it does look like a 60s bike as well. But I don't ride that enough to get enough compliments, I guess is probably the case. So thing number one I like is the aesthetics. Thing number two that I like about the bike is the seating position. So yeah, oh God, stupid turn signal. See, annoyance. Turn signal annoyance. So that's just me getting used to it, but you see, I did it there. But thing number two that I like about the bike is, again, the seating position and the comfort of it. I am 6'2", 350. I am not a small guy. I probably make the bike look like a Honda Grom. I'm not going to lie. I don't care what I look like on the bike as long as I'm comfortable, though. And for me, the way that my legs are positioned and they hug the tank, I can just kind of grip onto that, and it feels right. And so it's got a good height on the seat, and it's got a good amount of lean forward. And so I don't get terribly uncomfortable on this bike even after a little bit of riding. Now I do eventually get a little saddle sore, but I think that's just because I haven't fully, one, broken in the seat yet, and then two, I haven't quite built up that not immunity, but that endurance. So I need to get my buttocks in shape, I guess is what I'm saying. But
and we are here to pop you up.
Overall, seating position, riding position, oh, mwah, primo. Item number three that I love about this motorcycle is the lightweight maneuverability. So I love just being able to flick around. Now I know you Dyna guys and Harley guys can do this, but you know, this is the bike I will choose over the Dyna when I go to ride for one reason. Its ease, ability to ride and get out of the garage. It's almost 200 pounds lighter than the Dyna is, and it handles so much better, which I think is going to be my next thing that I love. But the lightweight just kind of it's so nice. You don't have to struggle with it. You're literally just moving it around, getting on, and you're riding. It's not a workout to get this bike ready to go for the day.
You can do it, Nicky.
The next thing that I was just starting to hint on there was the handling of this motorcycle. This bike is not necessarily a sport bike, but it's not necessarily a cruiser though either. Oops, hazards, wrong one. So it's kind of got its own little genre, I guess you could say. Genre, I guess that'd be the right word for it. So it does have the monoshock, as we mentioned earlier, and it does have adjustable fronts. Now, the guy who owned it before me, they said it was a truck driver. Now, I'm not mean to truck drivers, but I feel my build is similar to that of a truck driver. So I never really had made any adjustments to the rear shock as far as the rebound, or the front suspension as far as the adjustability on it. It's always just been perfect out the gate. Now, you know, maybe someday I'll start looking into it and seeing if maybe I need to adjust the rebound a little bit more or what have you. But for right now, perfect. And so, you know, we got the handling, and it's just, you flick it.
I reckon I'm going to give it a bit of the old Scandinavian flick.
And it just does whatever you want. You look where you want to go, and it goes, and it just goes, and it goes. And you're up so high, you don't have to worry as much about scraping. Now, aggressive riders out in the world, they will scrape with this motorcycle. I have not. You guys know my riding style. I like to kind of go at my own leisurely pace, which could be about 5 to 10 miles over the speed limit, but I'm not trying to break no records. I just love just the thrill of the ride. That's really all there is to it. And we'll take a right here, and we'll get into the last thing that I absolutely love about this motorcycle. The last thing that I love about this motorcycle is the sheer power. Man. You saw me lean forward there, right? That's me doing what I can do to keep the power to the front of the motorcycle to keep the wheel down. The wheel does feel like it wants to lift. I've never ridden a motorcycle with that much power. Now again, my limited amount of riding just means I haven't had that experience before. Now, take that back. I have rode one bike that wanted to lift the front wheel, which was the Harley Lowrider S. It just had so much torque, it wanted to lift really easily. So, needless to say, I love the power. It's very addicting, that's for sure. And you're doing it at a very good gas mileage too. I mean, I don't know about you, but if I can get, you know, super quick speed and still get 40 to 45 miles per gallon, I'm thinking that is, in my book, A-okay.
You're goddamn right.
And that right there says it all. Why do I love the Z900RS? Because of that, and because of the emotion it just brought me. Alright, so there you go. Do I still need to get rid of it? All the people who said I should get rid of the bike because of how annoying I thought it was, and I hope that changes your opinion. Hopefully you kind of see my point of view now, that that was all on a sarcastic approach and I did not mean anything really by it. I love this bike. It was always been my dream bike to have ever since it came out in 2018. And so far this year, let's put it this way, I put more miles on it this year already, and we're only into the first part of May, than I put on the Dyna all of last year. So needless to say, this is my bike of choice. This is the bike I like to go to, and it's the bike I'm going to continue to choose too, because, you know, I'll ride the Dyna when I just want to really kind of just go slow or maybe get some extended miles. But for what I'm riding, which you have seen here today, is kind of local city-ish, this is the perfect bike. It's a good speed, it looks good, it's the perfect, I feel like it's the perfect overall motorcycle. And I'm probably being biased, but go and drop your comments below. I'd love to hear and chat with you guys, and as always, I will catch you on the next Dark Side, as this is the way. Chopperfett will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Later.